Let's try one more time. Let's try one more time. Okay. All right. Hell, trying to connect. Hello, healthy friends and visitors. Well, sometimes technology is the way it is, and I am forced positively to go live right here in my cell phone. But at least we are. So today's conversation is about 168 rule. So before we start, let me see if I can actually go on Facebook through my computer and share this video inside of our group. Hopefully it will work. Yes, connection is not the best. It is interesting that one week it doesn't work, another week it works. Okay, I see that I am live. That's great. So just a quick share inside of our Friends and Health group so everyone can watch. Thank you for joining. Okay, so here you go. Share in the group. And here we go. All right. Almost want to start a watch party, but I know if I do, the sound shows up. So I cannot do a video and a watch party at the same time. I know that. All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining. My name is Nadya. I'm certified health, life, and fitness coach, and also passionate advocate of Shaklee products. I help men and women in the 50s to lose stubborn 20 pounds so they can finally fit in clothes they want to fit and keep it this way through a transformation of lifestyle and habit change, as well as through a usage of everyday, beyond organic, amazing quality Shaklee products. Thank you for watching. And today our conversation is about 168 rule. Before we start, I wonder, go ahead and give me in the comments if you're watching live or you're watching in replay. And I see that my connection is unstable. So maybe if you see me waiting for a couple of seconds, that's because I'm waiting for my connection. And if you like topics like this 168 rule, even if you don't know what it is, but you're kind of curious, I know it's about health and life. What is it about? If you are loving topics like this, please join my YouTube channel, The Natural Power 100. You can also subscribe to a newsletter, nadyatouch.com/newsletter. Also, I have my new wellness center, that is aimed towards Shaklee products and lots of health topics. I will also post all these links in the comments of this video, so you don't have to memorize or write them down. And also, we have a couple of events coming up. One of them is the Energy Talk. And the Energy Talk will be by me on our National Product Talk by Shaklee Corporation on Tuesday, June 11th, which is actually my birthday. And this topic is near and dear to me on 3 easy ways to double your energy. Isn't that amazing? And I will also post the link underneath. Tucson, Arizona. You have me curious. All right. Okay. And well, 168 rule. I wonder who knows what it is. Can you give me in the comments if you do? I will start from how we are attached to our to-do list. Do you have a to-do list? I have it on my Evernote, and it seems like it's ongoing to-do list. As soon as I tackle something out of my list, more comes in, and it's ongoing. We are just masters of to-do lists for filling our time with to-do things. All right, right, yes. And therefore, what happens with our to-do list when we start tackling it, by the time that the day is out, we feel like, where did I waste my time? There's not enough time. What? Only if I could stretch those hours in a day to actually do what I need to do. That is the most important. And now all this to-do list, they become very stressful, very painful. We feel overwhelmed. We get some anxiety and really just feel stuck. How do you get unstuck from what we are doing? It seems like we are, have you heard the expression, the squirrel in the wheel? On and on every day. How do you even get a hold of all the things that you got to do? Maybe something that is more important, something that is least important, but everything needs to be done and actually have the life that you want. Well, here's the deal, 168 rule. No matter how rich or successful or poor you are, we all have the same number of hours a week. No matter how rich or poor or successful you are, we all have the same number of hours a week. Now you know, 168. And what's interesting, when I was preparing for this conversation, there were so numerous examples of really successful people. Brendon Burchard, we are on his transformation week right now. I believe it's day number 6. He has been successful in his coaching business for years, but it's not the only one thing he does. He has invested in so many other businesses. He owns several businesses, and he manages millions of thousands of people in his own high performance habits coaching practice. How does he do that? And managing his personal life successfully. He's got the same number of hours that we do. We struggle through the days and the weeks, and other people succeed. And besides having so many businesses successfully, those business owners succeed to be professional in something else, like sports. How in the world? It takes time. Well, the point is, let's not our to-do list allow to rule our life. Let's actually do vice versa. Let's us rule our to-do list. How do you do that? let's take control of our calendar. You may say, well, that's easy to say and then done. I have a full-time job. I have kids. I have this and that and all that. How do I control my calendar? My calendar kind of controls me because I have to be at the job at a particular time. I have to pick up the kids at a particular time. Then I have to make a dinner at a particular time. Well, now, if you have a chance, stop me, grab a piece of paper and a pen. You're going to do some work. And if you like, grab something really quick. 168 rule is the number of hours that all of us have, which means no matter how successful or non-successful you are, we still have the same chance to utilize ourselves in the number of hours that we all have, 168. So write it down. 168, this is really the time is the best life equalizer. But in this 168 hours, what do you have to do that you just got to do because you got to do? I think sleep comes first, isn't it? All right, so minus, if we sleep from 7 to 8 hours a day, 7 days a week, minus all these hours, I am counting between 7 to 8. If you sleep less, hey, more time. That will be about 112, 126 hours a week. So we are left with between 112 and 126. And well, what else do we gotta do? Work. Commute to work, commute from work, anything in between. Let's say 12 hours, that is very generous. 12 hours, let's say 7 days a week, like there's no excuse. That is minus. So what we are left with is 42 hours. Of course, it's approximate because, yes, hours a week. It fluctuates depending on how your hours are, how much you sleep, how many hours you work. Some of us work two jobs, some of us work part-time jobs, it depends. So that will be you. 168 minus how many hours a day multiply 7 you sleep, minus how many hours a day multiply 7 you work. Approximately what's left per week is 42 hours. That's what I calculated for myself. That's my example. Real quick, do the math, take a calculator. If you need to stop me, if you're in the replay, go ahead and stop me, because that number that is left is the most important for us. All right. So what's left is 42 hours. Those are the hours that we have a chance to do something about if you want to live the life you want. Really understand where you spend those hours. Just yesterday, I was listening to Brendon Burchard, the high performance habits coach. He was given an example. You probably heard this example. Average American is spending 4 hours a day sitting in front of TV. 4 hours a day. That is, I believe, calculated 13 years of wasted time, or somewhat wasted, 13 years of your lifetime. So very important to really utilize these hours that are left for you. And how do we do that? Is really prioritizing and really looking, what is my priority in life? My family, my personal self-care, my mission. So that will be up to you to write that list, what is important for you. All right, looking at my notes. If you don't, what may happen is we end up kind of doing things, kind of being productive, and then we just waste maybe 20 minutes a day of doing whatever we can't even remember. 20 minutes a day is about 2 weeks of your lifetime. That's what Brandon Burchard calculated for us. That's accumulation of all this time that seems to be not significant, but over the lifetime, it's humongous. So how do you really prioritize what's the most important to you? So I'm inviting you to, again, you have a piece of paper. Thanks for watching. Have a matter inventory. Brandon Burchard refers to matter. What is really matter in your life? For me, I invite you to have a list of 5. I put a list of 3. Okay, what matters? What matters to me, I'll start with myself, my personal self-care. And by the way, here's the alarm about my 3 most important words, who I am. What's important to me, what matters to me is my family. What's important to me, what really matters is my mission, and so forth. So have a matter inventory. If you're watching it in live, go ahead and jot down some couple of ideas, what it is. That will be very useful when you revisit. When you're watching in replay, I invite you to stop and really write down what's important to you. Why it's important? Because when you have those 42 hours left, you know where your intentions gotta go. And you know that successful people, here's an example of how do successful people actually manage to be so successful in the same amount of hours everybody has. Well, because the activities that they choose to put their action into, their intention, might be different from activities that we do. The 60% of your activities are so-called needle moving activities. The real activities that matter from that priority list. And only 40 is not so matter. Administrative stuff, cleaning, something that busy activities, but not the matter, not the ones that are moving the needle towards what's important to you. Are you following? Does it make sense? So really is high performance folks call it the leverage of your time. It's selling the time sometimes to somebody else who can do particular tasks faster and better than you are. So you can spend those 60% of your time into the needle moving activities, the ones that are matter. If you still feel, okay, I'm getting it, give me a little more talk about it. Okay, well, since I'm on my cell phone, I'm not able to share the screen, but what I will do is I will post that visual in the comments so you have the visual. You have a piece of paper in front of you. Draw a square, easy enough. Split square into 4 tiny squares, okay? And some of you who have done work for a while, you probably know where I'm heading. So the square top left, and I'm going to grab my own visual, so I also say it, top left is called urgent. The square that is bottom left, I missed it. So the top left will be urgent, important. The bottom left is urgent, non-important. If you need to stop me, stop me. The square on the top right is non-urgent, important. Square on the bottom right, non-urgent, non-important. So what it is the time management matrix. So let's look at it. For example, urgent, important. So basically what you see on the bottom is that urgency, urgent, non-urgent, that gives kind of apparency that needs their immediate attention. On the direction, the vertical direction, non-important, important. So the importance is really, if you go from bottom to top, is what's moving the needle towards what matters in your life. Let's kind of look at it. And again, we are looking from the perspective of having those 48 hours a week, from the perspective of the matter inventory, what's important in your life. And now we're going to see how we are spending this 42 hours in this time management matrix. What's urgent important? That's the square on the top left. For example, you got a baby, baby's crying. You've got to attend the baby. It's urgent, it's important. Your tire is flat. You got to take care of it now. Or you got sick, you got to take care of it now. Kid is calling from school. All these things that just pop in and they've got to be taken care right now. So let's move to urgent, non-important. That's a very catchy one. Pay attention where we spend our time. So just this afternoon, I was leaving the work and all of a sudden my manager stops me. There's an important conversation to have. Okay, it's urgent, but actually can wait. Or somebody calls you. There's a conversation to have. Or somebody interrupted you in the middle of your important activity. There's an email you got to answer. There are some particular activities you got to do that are right now, they have to be taken care of right now. Somebody asked you for a favor and you can't say no. Meeting you got to attend, can't say no. It's really saying yes to the activities that are taking the time away from the next one, which is non-urgent and important. We are moving to the right step. That is the one that is your needle moving activity. That is the one that is what's matter, what's important. It's not burning to have an important conversation in your relationships, but it's the needle moving activity. It's not really urgent for me to say thank you to my client or write a thank you card, but it's given the care and appreciation. It's the needle moving activity. It's really not urgent to open my planner every morning and meditate in the morning and do my affirmations. They can wait till tomorrow. But when I do it every day, it's needle moving activity. It's preparation, it's planning, it's prevention. Any clarifications, any cleaning up that needs to do in your relationships, at job, anywhere. It's also relaxation, your own self-care. That's important, isn't it? Not so urgent. I'm creating my own urgency because it's important. It's the needle moving activity. Okay, there's one left. Let's look at it on the bottom right. We call it what? Non-urgent, non-important. pay very close attention. Sometimes I want to say, but it really helps me to sit in front of TV and just vegetate, relaxes my brain. Do you remember 4 hours a day average American spends? That's 13 years of lifetime. Or doing the busy work. If sometimes you look at my desk, there's so many papers, got to clean up. And if I work at home, it's very easy to get stuck. It's very easy to get stuck in the paperwork, email work, do some calls, maybe some kind of, cleaning my floors. That will be nice if somebody does it, but I can do it myself too. But that's the doing, the things that you actually could hire someone or ask someone who can do it for you faster and even better. That's if it's business activities related. If you work at home, that is work and business related as well. And some of the activities like watching TV for 4 hours a day, or maybe just having an extra chat on the phone, or just time wasters. Just, what's the expression? The minutia things that we do. Those are the time wasters. All right, the time management matrix, all these 4 squares. Urgent, important, urgent, not important, not urgent, important, non-urgent, and not important. Where you want to move is from all these activities to the 60% activities focusing on non-urgent, important square. That is your needle moving activities. You got 42 hours. Utilize yourself in this 42 hours in the way that matters and what's important in your life. Okay, so we are approaching the end of the conversation of our 168 rule. So no matter how successful, how non-successful you are, no matter where you are and who you are, all of us have the same number of hours a week, 168. Some things you just gotta do because you gotta do. Sleep, work, minus all these hours, you will be surprised how many hours you still have left. Those are the hours you really utilize to create your life. What you do with those hours is your choice. How to utilize them properly. Create an inventory of what matters in your life from 3 to 5. Focus on every day those hours that are left on needle moving activities, the activities that are matter, the activities that are not so urgent but important. And I usually say at least one activity a day. So if you do that activity and at the end of your day, you say, yeah, okay, that was important. I actually feel accomplished. What could that be? That's my homework to you for this week, is to create the inventory to see how many hours you have left and what will be one needle moving activity a day that you can actually practice for this week. Let us know. You can put either in these comments, maybe even send me a personal message. I will be very excited to hear your reflection, how it goes. And some of these conversations you can actually even find through Brandon Burchard, High Performance Habits Coach. We are in our transformation week. If you're interested, let us know. I believe you can still plug in and even find his High Performance Habits book that is, I believe, free in his podcast, and creates an amazing habits for your activities that matter. And please join my YouTube channel, The Natural Power 100 newsletter, nadyatouch.com/newsletter. And next Tuesday, join my birthday talk. That will be 3 easier ways to double your energy. I will post the links to all this information underneath, including the time management metrics. And of course, please join our Friends and Health community. It is for your daily motivation and inspiration in your wellness journey. Invite who you feel that really will benefit from inspiration every day in the wellness journey. Thank you so much for listening. Before you go, please leave me a comment. What was your main appreciation or maybe aha moment from this conversation? And I will see you in the community. Thanks so much.